And I mean, this is where growth is going to come from over the next 50 years. So if you're looking for long-term growth, right, then you need to be looking at Africa, at least in some capacity.
For joining us. We're really excited to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself as well as what brought you here?
Yeah, I'm Chris. I run Yellow Card. We're the largest crypto exchange on the African continent. We operate in 16 countries, serve businesses of all sizes with treasury management, things like that, stable coins, Bitcoin, all that fun stuff. And I'm here because I would never miss it. This is the best conference in the world, let me tell you.
Nice, that's what we love to hear. And you've been to the summit before in the past. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience and what it's been like here so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite thing about the summit, obviously this one's in DC, right? But my favorite thing about the summit is that it gives us and other businesses an opportunity to explore parts of the continent that normally get overlooked from a business perspective. Right, and so I mean, you know, recently we did it where Addis, we did Cairo, right, Cape Town, a little less so, but you know, it's you know, I love the idea of just being able to visit new parts of the continent from a business perspective, right, being able to interact with regulators, officials, and everything from those parts, and just really, I think that the conference is doing a large part to how do you say, make fintech on the continent more pan-African, right? As opposed to fintech just being Nigeria, just being South Africa.
Thank you. And for aspiring investors that want to tap into investing in the African continent but don't know how, what piece of advice do you have for those who are interested in exploring these options?
For investors, yeah, I mean, I think, look, there are a lot of options in Africa because it's still a very underfunded continent, right? So I think you don't have to look very far to find opportunities here. And I think the one thing that I would say more so than like sort of where to look is, you know, Africa is, between Africa and South America, that's where half of the world's growth is going to come over the next 50 years, right? So it's less so, I don't know, I feel like we're getting to the point where, when it comes to investors, we're getting to the point where it's less so investors should look at Africa. It's more so you are irresponsible as an investor if you're not looking at Africa, right? You're doing a disservice to yourself, to your LPs, etc. And I mean, this is where growth is going to come from over the next 50 years. So if you're looking for long-term growth, right, then you need to be looking at Africa, at least in some capacity.
That's great. And lastly, I'm sure you've met many people here in the past at previous summits as well as today. Who are you most excited to see, or what panel are you most excited to learn something about?
My sister, I'm most excited for the next one.